Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for 2017. This is your career, finance, and money reading here for 2017. Even if you're retired, yes, you should be watching this video because a lot of this, all of it, really will apply. So let's see what's coming in for you in 2017 and see what advice and things like that we have for you. Very interesting. Let's pull an extra card here and see what's going on. Alright, so yeah, it looks really good. As usual, like I've said to all the signs, I think 2017 is a much better financial year for all signs, really. I think all signs are going to find, maybe not all of them are, not all signs are necessarily going to get rich or anything like that, but I think a lot of the financial pressures and things like that are coming off now, and so it's just going to be a little bit easier. I also think that there are a lot of opportunities. That's the word I would use for most signs this year. I think that 2018 is a little bit stronger. I think 2017 is about opportunities. It's kind of like if you just sit and do nothing, then nothing's going to happen for you. But I think if you get up and move and do a lot of things, you're going to have a ton of opportunities to make money. You have the 10 of clubs. First thing that pops up in my head, opportunities. 10 of clubs, you can look at each one of those things as an opportunity to make money, an opportunity to do something, opportunity to start a business, get a job, whatever. There's tons of stuff that you could do here. Even hobby-based stuff, again, something that's come up for a few signs is doing things based off of things that you are interested in, hobbies, and trying to get a job based off of a hobby, or starting a business based off of a hobby as well. This is an amazing card to start with. It's a card that represents fortune after difficulty. Also, a lot of old school card readers would consider this card extremely lucky and very fortunate to get. So it just gives us a little bit of luck and a little bit of an extra push for career, finances, money, whatever, for the year of 2017. Also an amazing card for learning. Again, not to preach about the learning thing, but I'm going to be preaching about it a lot more when we get to 2018, because Saturn enters into Capricorn. Saturn and Capricorn directly profits off of education, at least the way I see it. Maybe most astrologers don't see it that way, but to me, that's just what it screams: education, teaching yourself things. And again, this isn't necessarily education going back to school. I think if you go to school this year, it could be very profitable for you, but it could just be reading books, watching YouTube videos, and things like that. Very simple, and again, directly profitable. Next, you have the 9 of Spades. I think things will be going well for you this year. So, again, when things start to go well for us, we can think about past disappointments, past upsets, and things like that. Don't allow stuff from the past to disappoint you. I'm also getting that some of you could, very early in the year, experience some sort of disappointment financially. Feels like maybe starting a new job or a business, maybe it's just not exactly what you thought it was going to be. And I'm also getting that will be corrected very quickly, and that it will be good for you. And that it'll just lead to something else this year that will be much better. Again, I feel like I said this in your last weekly readings, the week of the December 12th, if you're wondering which week I'm talking about. I feel like I said, I feel like Gemini is just kind of has one more thing to go through, and I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, great, well, one more challenge, but I'm getting that super small, if you even have to go through it, and it's not going to be a big deal, and you're going to get right through it, and you're going to get to the other side, and you're going to be so much happier anyway. So don't worry too much about that. Next, you show up, definitely, Joker. I've talked about this 100 times in your readings. Joker is definitely the superpowers of Gemini, for sure. Allows you to be super busy, focused on multiple things, and also really busy, able to handle busyness and even business as well. I think a lot of you are going to just be able to handle a lot of stuff in 2017. Just mentally, even just everything is just going to click for you, and so I think that you'll be really strong at work. And again, even on a super mundane level, right? Who cares how I do at work, and all that other stuff. But I think even on that level, things will just go well. You'll just kind of be in a nice flow, which is good, especially with this card as well. Also a great card for you have 2 9s here, plus this. Great card for trying to impress people, and doing whatever you can to impress higher-ups, especially at work, and even in business, trying to exceed your customers' expectations will pay off tenfold for those of you that have customers and clients, and again, in business as well. Same thing with if you're trying to get a job. Trying to impress them would be good. It's as simple as thing to impress people on a job interview, like learning a little bit about the company and then flexing that knowledge in your interview. Just that, boom, right away, you have a job. Like, it could make all the difference in the world. Next, you have the Eight of Hearts. So again, I feel like even after a disappointment, not all of you are going to go through this disappointment, by the way. I feel it's only just some of you. Again, I feel like right after, you're going to find something that kind of sweeps you off your feet, so to speak. I think job-wise or career-wise or business-wise, I think you're really going to land on something this year that's very profitable. Eight of Hearts, also a very simple card. It just says exactly what you put in is exactly what you're going to get out. So it should be a pretty straightforward year for you this year. And your efforts are going to be directly profitable as well. So that's very interesting. Also a card of research. You have the Nine of Diamonds as well, Ten of Clubs. I would say any investment ideas and things like that, just make sure you put a lot of research behind those things. The more research you do, the better. Same thing with businesses. The more research you do, the better. And it'll just pay off like tenfold for you. Next, you have the Four of Diamonds. A bunch of signs have been getting this year. For 2017, the financial readings. So it could be a very stabilizing year. Like I said, I think it's a good year for all signs financially, pretty much. There aren't very many. There are challenges, of course, but I don't think as bad as the past years. And I also think there are stabilizing elements to the astrology for 2017. So I think things could stabilize for you financially. Also a great year for planning travel and vacations. So it's a great year for spending money too, actually. Just even looking at your cards, these nines and things like that, people forget about that sometimes. Like sometimes we need to spend money actually to open up, to allow the universe to give us more. So I do think it would be a good year for you to spend financially. I also think you're entering into a new phase here of learning how to deal with your finances. I actually think you're going to be dealing with finances on a whole different level. Just the way you think about money, the way you deal with money, I think all that's going to be changing for you this year in a good way. It's like you're maturing in a much different way financially. And I think, like I said, I think it's going to be very beneficial for you in long term. I think you're kind of going to be leading to a lot of long-term things here, where you have long-term stability. And finally, you have the Nine of Diamonds, really good card of money. Like I said, it's even a good card for spending money. It could be a good year for you to spend money, especially if you're in something like marketing. If you do marketing or anything like that, it could be a good year for you to spend money. Again, you could see direct returns there. It could also be a good year for you to spend money on things like your car, to get that improved, and also spending money on your health could be very beneficial under this card. It is a card of moving as well. You do have several cards of movement, so some of you could be moving, and also it could be a card of good business dealings and having good business deals and contracts. So really like to see that for you. Very good business year, very good work year, and again, even if you're retired, it's an amazing like investment year, and things like that to grow your retirement. Great year to look at your savings, great year to look at how you're spending money and all of this. So really like it a lot for you. So thank you for watching and enjoy your 2017.